Hey, how's it going, everybody? The new Path of Valor 3 has arrived less than a day ago here. And I want to do a video like I've done in the past, talking through whether I think it's worth buying the Valor Pass or not. And then just some general thoughts around the Path of Valor overall. So if you've watched any of the previous versions of this video, you know that I do support purchasing this if you do spend money in the game. This is the best deal in my opinion in terms of summoning that you can get anywhere else in the game. So granted, when you buy things elsewhere in the game, there's no activity level required. You just purchase it and you get it. This, you do have to complete challenges, and it does take consistent effort across the at least 40 of the days to be able to get the things that you want. So it's not quite as clean of a transaction as some of the other things are. But if you play the game anyways, it's not hard to complete, and I think they've made it even easier this time, which we'll look at also here in a second. So the last time I did this, I included what was in the free column just to say here's the total value you get when you purchase it. This time I've kept those things separate. So if you decide not to purchase this, what you'll get is 150 gems total, and then a few of these smaller bits and pieces. So some trainers, so far 10 emblems, a shield. So you'll get 40 emblems, a shield, darts, avatar, some food. They're pretty slim, but it's better than nothing, so it's nice that they offer that. If you purchase it, what you get is the equivalent of 3,450 gems. So if you were to buy that in the gem shop, I believe that would be, they don't have anything of that size, but that would be somewhere from, it'd be more than $30 if you were to buy it in the smaller, whatever size that is, I don't know. If you were to buy the 10,000 size, which they say is the best value in terms of what you can buy here, then that would cost you $34.50. If we look at the cheapest that you can find gems for in the game, it is, I think, I don't know every single deal, but from what, from playing every day for the last 9 months, the thing that I recall the most, the thing I recall being the cheapest is the Flash Atlantis deals, where you're getting 400 gems for $2, and I think there might be 25 Atlantis coins in there as well. I forget the exact deal, but it kind of works out roughly to half a cent per gem, whereas the gem shop is 1 cent per gem, which means that a pull at the regular cost is either $3 or $3.50. If you buy them at the cheaper rate, then a 300 gem pull would be $1.50. So those are kind of the rough reference points I'm using. This does change around depending on what deal you get, what you get it with, how do you quantify the cost of emblems and ascension items. So it gets much more complicated. So this is an oversimplification just to make what I think is a clear trend even more clear. So if we were to look at the cost of this at the Atlantis Flash deal cost, I think they do this for Valhalla as well now, a similar deal, though they have some other ones in there too. That would be $17.25. So the restrictions I should mention around that are that you're not getting pure gems for this cost. So the sort of currency that you're getting with what you pay for is a little bit more restricted in that it's a mix of Atlantis coins, challenge coins, hero tokens, troop tokens. So if all of those don't apply to you, then the deal is somewhat less good. There doesn't seem to be any Valhalla coins in here yet, which is interesting. They're sticking with the 2 instances of Atlantis coins. So I think that's definitely worth it. If we skim through real quickly what you'll get, right when you purchase it, you get 300 gems and a hero token. Then you'll get a troop token, another hero token, 1 Atlantis pull, 1 challenge pull, 2 more Atlantis pulls, 2 more challenge pulls, and that's that. And then some gems along the way. Granted, this is a tremendous oversimplification because look at all the other stuff you're getting in there. I don't find these harvesters useful. I activated one today just because I was in a food shortage, but the fact that it's only 50% more and it's only for season 1 stages, like I'm not going to use flasks for that because Atlantis is just way better. Atlantis Rises, the monthly event, so I don't really count those. Tons of emblems though. The ascension materials, lots of food and iron that you can store, which is really nice. You use it when you need it. Flasks, a bunch of trainers, ascension items, loot tickets. So there's a lot of other stuff that adds value and makes this a very clear choice in my mind. So yeah, I think this is absolutely worth it. Another thing to address is that the very first time they did this, the ascension items were all the way at level 50, and people who are not as avid of players, we'll say, had a hard time reaching that. And I think that's fair. There was very few things you could miss. You had to complete all 3 levels of 2 challenge events, which is asking a lot. So they've progressively made it easier and easier. The last time, Path of Valor 2, they moved the ascension items to level 48. I don't remember exactly how many Valor points there were at this level. I just noticed the little sparkles behind everything in the paid for column just to make the rewards look that much better than the bland ones on the free side. So yeah, they've made these more approachable. So I think this can be a good value for a greater number of players now. And they've changed the challenges as well to be more approachable. So you don't need to complete all 6 of these at the bottom, but if you are planning to not complete one like summons or some of these other ones, then I would recommend that you make sure you complete all the daily challenges or as many as you possibly can. And it might be too late now, but something to remember for next time is that you can bank up these silver summon coins. And that way, whatever else you need, if you do some pulls, then you have something to make up the difference. But again, you don't need to complete all those. The way it was the first time around is that you needed to complete 5 of the 6 of these down here, of these Valor challenges. I think they've relaxed it even a little bit more. And what I've noticed is that the categories have changed again. So some that have stayed consistent are summons, titans, war attacks, and then the last time they had a raid victory, I think it was, and now they just replaced that with defeat heroes. So obviously I'm not past the 2nd tier yet, but the last time around you had to complete 60 matches in Diamond, which is a high bar for a lot of players because even if you can raid into Diamond by using flasks and stuff, you can't stay there. You get knocked down almost immediately depending on what time of day it is. So they've made that a little bit easier with just defeating heroes. So you just need to participate in the raids and be victorious, but not in a certain arena. And then they've gotten rid of the XP thing, and it's just defeat enemies now. So, and then I think tournament battles has been there the whole time too. So they've been cycling a few of these categories. And I think that this, from what I can tell, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but from what I can tell, this is the simplest iteration of Path of Valor that has existed. And it contains the benefits of the restructuring in this reward map, whatever you want to call it. So I think this is more approachable than it's ever been before. I think it's a really good value. I purchased it. I don't know if that will change long term. Obviously, summons are one of the more fun parts of the game, or the more exciting parts, I guess I should say, but they're not the bottleneck. Well, they can be, depending on on the way that you play. Some people have a lot more ascension items than heroes, and they're just waiting on good heroes. So in that case, having access to these summons for the best value that you can get them for is a great deal. But yeah, you're only getting the 2 4-star ascension items. So if you've got plenty of heroes and you really need ascension items, then this may not be the best thing, simply because the value that I've outlined is to support the probability of acquiring new heroes. And if that's not something that is crucial to you, then it might not be as beneficial. But so yeah, if you weren't planning to use the summons at all, which obviously nobody would, but just to look at that extreme case, you'd still be getting the one other 4-star ascension item, which, can be expensive. It's very hard to put an actual price on it because all the deals vary slightly. So usually when you find a deal that includes a 4-star ascension item, you're buying the gems at the gem store cost, which I think is not a great way to buy them because it is not a very good value. But the deals don't come around that often. So it's very difficult to calculate the cost of these things, but emblems and 4-star ascension items are very valuable. Being able to bank food and iron is valuable. Some extra flasks can help with tournament scores, which can help with higher rewards or for farming in Atlantis. So there's good value to those as well. If you weren't going to summon at all, I'd say it might still be worth the $10, but the value would decrease. But since you are going to use the summons as well, even if you don't have a pressing need for heroes, I think the value is still there. So in my mind, without a doubt, the best value for acquiring pretty much any of these items in the whole game. So yeah, I went for it. I wouldn't encourage anyone to do so. I just wanted to outline what I think the value is, and then you can make the determination whether that feels like something that is worth it to you. So I don't want to encourage people to spend money. I just want to detail whether I think it's worth it, give you those facts, and then you decide. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, if you think this is as good as I do, or if there might be other aspects to it that I'm not thinking about. I always enjoy hearing your perspectives. There's a lot of diversity in our community now as we approach 2,000 subscribers, so I think it's good to leverage all of your bright minds out there to contribute to thinking about this too. So be sure to share your thoughts, and I don't think there's anything else I wanted to cover with this. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's fun. It unfortunately takes a long time, 50 days to get to the ascension items. I think I might have finished it in 40 days last time, but gives you something else to do in the game, and it brings a new degree of novelty and excitement at some times as well. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Still, like 75% of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed, so if you find yourself coming back here frequently, consider subscribing, because if nothing more than helping out the channel, it makes me happy to see things growing as I continue to put time into providing what I think are worthwhile resources for you guys. So thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone that's becoming a part of this community, and I will see you guys in the next video.